This next video that I'm going to show you, I find very, very exciting. Now, you may not find it so exciting, but as an arborist, the tree that we're working on is a virgin from not having ever been pruned. Nobody's ever touched this tree before, and it was an old tree. You find trees that weren't pruned out in the forest, but you rarely find a tree, especially an old significant tree in a residential setting, that hasn't been worked on by somebody. And in many cases, removal of big limbs and, well, you'll see. I hope you like this one. It's kind of subtle, but I was really impressed by this tree. Generally, when we get called out to trim a big oak tree, it's an old oak that's been hammered on by many, many past tree trimmers and gardeners and who knows what. But once in a while, we get a tree that is pristine and has not been screwed up. We've got a valley oak here, Quercus lobata. It's just a very common tree in our area in the hillsides. And it's a native tree, and this particular tree is in really beautiful condition. If you look at it, there aren't any big wounds. There aren't any areas where chainsaws have gotten up in the tree. There's a few broken limbs. There's one there, there's one down over here, but we had some big windstorms. So what we're going to do on this today is we're going to do a little bit of clean out of the inside suckers. You know, they break off typically when you work. Any of the crossovers, there's a little branch that's rubbing over there. Any of the dead branches, some of the low stuff that's hanging down, and especially over by the patio here where they can see clearly. I want to get rid of all this dead stuff up and through here. So even though it's a big tree, it's not really that big of a job. We should probably have this. I'll put 2 climbers up here. I think we'll have this done in, what do you think, 4 hours, Kalen?
Half a day.
Half a day. Yeah. How about you, Gerardo? How long would it take you?
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 hours.
2 hours. Oh, okay, all right. You're on.
Yeah.
It's a race. Don't overdo it though, okay? Just a little bit. Just the dead wood, just the inside suckers. We got a big broken branch way out there. Little one over here. So this is the before shot, and I'll come back and we'll do an after shot later. Cork oak. This is also a very nice example. Unfortunately, it's growing over the house. They don't like things too close to the house. But when you look at it, you cannot see any areas where there's been big branches cut off. This is kind of a problem here, that it's growing, that they put a wall right up against the base of it. That will actually shorten the life of the tree. When you build a wall that incorporates the trunk of just about any type of tree, and you have dirt right up against the trunk, that will cause basal crown rot, and that will very likely lead to the decline or the death of this tree, which is sad. But again, it's so close to the house, maybe they want to get rid of it anyway. I'll bring it to their attention, but that means they'd have to tear apart their wall here. And how long has this wall been here? How much damage has already occurred? Is it better just to let it go? These are all unknowns. So had they said, is it a good idea? I would have said, no, never. Now that it's done, what do you do? Well, I guess you take a closer look and hope for the best. All right, end of the day. Doesn't look like we did anything, but we did. We did a lot. This is one of those really special trees that you certainly don't want to overdo it. We got as much of the dead wood out as we could, cleaned out a few of the inside suckers without overdoing it. All those dead branches, but it still looks good. It was not excessively pruned by any means, and they shouldn't have to touch this tree for a long, long time. That's our goal anyway.